Hey, welcome to New Jump City, everybody, where we recap the week in American and Japanese sequential art. I am your host, Christian, the unbiased king, Espinal. And joining me through Discord, it is the man, the myth, the legend, my partner in crime, Joshua. Gangsta time, Cole.
It's called partner, but it should be called gangsta time.
What up, Chris?
Hey, buddy.
What up, everybody listening?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, do we have a good week?
Hell yeah. And making his triumphant return to the pod after 2 weeks of absence, it is Edgelord, 64 ounces, big news, Brian.
Yo, what's up, nerds?
Hey, buddy. It's good to have you back. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm so
Glad
excited.
to be back.
Oh.
Yo, and what a good week to be back on, dude.
Oh, man. So excited for this week. We have an all manga episode this week. Jump will be off next week, so we're doing all manga. We'll cover the American comics from this week and next week. Next Thursday, so tune in for that. But we're doing a fun little all manga episode. We have almost the entire lineup here, save for Jujutsu Kaisen, which is coming back after the hiatus next week. So hell yeah!
Yes, thank goodness for the author's help.
Oh yeah! Oh man!
Looking forward to see what they got.
Yeah. So when the manga is back, it's gonna come back full force. But let's get this show on the road. You could find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram. Joshua, drop your plug.
JD Cole _37. That's on Instagram as well.
Oh yeah, Brian.
You can find me at b.esp on both Instagram and Twitter. And if you ever want to catch me when I'm streaming, find me at twitch.tv/itspunchline.
Ooh, yeah. You can follow the show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram. Follow us on Twitter, especially because we do a weekly really good chapter of the week poll. It won't be next week, obviously, because of Jump being gone, but we do have one this week, and it wasn't surprising, but it also shocked me at the same time. And you'll understand what I mean when we get there. So follow us on those platforms. Drop your vote. Let us know. We read the results every week on the show, if I don't forget. But yeah, we have that. You can subscribe to us on YouTube, please, if you enjoy the show. If you like any of the little highlight breakouts we make, we break it up and we release a full episode as well. Or if you enjoy audio podcasts, if that's more your jam, follow us on iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts. We are on there. So get on it. I think that's it. Email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want us to talk about. We do have a gap week in manga next week. So if you guys have any questions you want to drop us or want to hear our thoughts about anything, let us know. We'll do a one-shots on it. It'll be fun. Also, comment below any video that you watch and let us know what you thought about this week's sequential art. But without further ado, let's get this show on the road. Let's get into our first manga, everybody.
Oh, shit. Is that One Piece?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This is One Piece. Chapter 1019, Heliceratops. I can't believe I got that in one go, honestly. Heliceratops. All right. Last we left off, Yamato is facing off against his dad. Sanji's fighting Queen. And, the Luffy's currently getting revived by the Heart Pirates in their cool submarine. We open up with the battle between Sanji and Queen. Queen is about to shoot a cool laser, and Sanji's like, "Damn, lasers again! I'm gonna take that for Franky." It's pretty cool. I like how Sanji does this often, where he thinks of like his crew during battle. He did this with Bon Clay with Alabasta, where he was like, I want my sniper's goggles back," when Mr. Two took his Usopp's goggles. I like he's very thoughtful of his crew.
You know what's interesting?
It's a nice detail.
Some people have pointed out that this is like a rare instance of Sanji and Franky kind of interacting, because they usually don't. Like, out of all the Straw Hats, like, they don't really interact all that much. So it's interesting that it's nice to see that, just because you aren't a part of you aren't always talking to each other, that the bond is still strong between the crewmates.
Meanwhile, Zoro is on the ground about to get injected with shave years off your life vaccine that will give him powers and take away a part of a bit of his life, I guess, in the process, or fatigue him. As you know how this is shown in manga. So he's about to get the shot. I guess like Zoro's afraid of needles. It looks like, because like the goat doctor tries to inject him, and Zoro's like, "Are you sure?" Ah! I like to think that he's like afraid of needles. Meanwhile, Luffy is fully revived in the submarine in a nice little scene, as he usually comes to. Every time he gets knocked out for a prolonged period of time, he always wakes up demanding meat. The food kind.
Pause.
Get your heads out of the gutter. You know, steaks.
Wait, when was the last time this happened?
That he demanded that?
Yeah, like this like I know maybe I know it's a joke and all that, but this is the set, like I remember it being like this before, like his being like what is it? Oh wait, he did the same thing with Kaido when he got knocked out by Kaido. It's that fucking
oh yeah, he
like,
did it to Kaido.
Unconscious like but conscious state. You know what I mean?
Well, he's just hungry.
And what did he ask for before?
It's always meat.
Well, wait, did he ask for meat when he got knocked out by Kaido?
It's always
too?
meat. It's never not meat. He wants food.
Ooh, whoa.
Hey, come on, man. Hey, come on, man.
Hey,
That's
yo.
crazy. That nigga goes to sleep and the first thing he thinks about unconsciously is
He's thinking pork chops.
That's wild.
He's thinking chicken wings. He wants that's
all right.
get your mind out of the gutter, man.
Yo, why isn't Law's crew putting in work on Onigashima right now, huh? What's their problem? Why can't they fucking, get their hands dirty?
Cause they about to get them things for Luffy. That's what they're gonna have their hands busy doing.
Steaks and stuff, pork chops. Leave him alone. Anyway, moving back to the Skull Dome, Franky notices that all of the numbers and I guess whatever, not the numbers, but Kaido's henchmen, lower ring henchmen, are turning against them, and he immediately is like, "I will protect you with my life because you're no longer hurting me," which is very Straw Hat, I guess. So Sasaki, who he's fighting, turns into his half beast, half man form. At first, I was like, I don't know about this design, but then Oda immediately endears me to him when first of all, he has like a samurai sword that has like these buzz saws around him, and he's about to go in. But not only that, but the horns, the triceratop stuff that's around his head. Also,
the ring.
Yeah, I don't know what that's called. Brian, could you actually look that up? What that part of the triceratop it's called?
Neck part of triceratops.
The neck
circular
part.
Neck part.
Yeah, the circular neck
collar.
Neck
Triceratops collar.
Triceratops.
Yeah, that collar
Triceratops
thing.
neck.
It just shifts down onto his neck and just starts whirring around, propelling him into the air. It's
called a parietal bone.
A parietal bone?
I think.
Well, his parietal bone starts spinning and propelling him into the air. And my favorite part is that Franky is like, "Is that how dinosaurs work?" And it's pretty great. The other Kaido henchman starts like warning Franky about the technique. And Sasaki's like, "You idiots, worry about yourselves first." And he attacks his own henchman first, which is a smart move, to be fair. But Franky takes offense to that and starts sword fighting him. He's really funny. He's like, "Damn, what kind of mobility is that? I wasn't expecting an air battle." And Sasaki says, "This is what a triceratops does."
Confidently. And, I've never seen a triceratops in real life, so I guess I'll take his word for it.
I mean, you can't disprove him. How can you disprove him? Unless you're a paleontologist. And even then, I might not believe you because paleontologists don't know everything about him.
True.
For all we know, they could have done this. So Sasaki gets ready to like charge him again. Franky takes out the general shield, which is comically smaller than his forearm. and Sasaki like propels himself backward, and Franky's like, "Whoa, he did this shit by accident, huh?" And Sasaki tries to play it off like he did it on purpose. It's very Kaku-esque from CP9, where every stupid giraffe thing he did is like, "This was on purpose. This was my power." So yeah, the battle continues. He actually propels himself directly into Franky, setting off his like shoulder rockets. Franky lands a deluxe suplex on the guy. Pretty cool. And they continue to battle, sword fight. Franky's not very good at sword fighting, so he kind of loses in that regard. Sasaki cuts through his giant mech sword, and he just like runs away immediately. And gets ready his like general cannon. He actually manages to to hit Sasaki with it, sending him flying into the air. But it's gonna take more than that to take out a Toby Ropo, man. He just comes down with the Magnum Ceratops, lands directly onto Franky's mech. Actually, kind of does some pretty substantial damage to the mech. But have no fear, Franky is ejected himself at some point outside of the mech. And he just shoots his fucking radical beam, impales Sasaki through the stomach. And I know this isn't the end of the battle yet, but I thought this was sick. I really love this battle.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the end, but man, was that a critical blow.
For real. And it was so smooth. I didn't see that coming. He just like, I forgot Franky could just eject himself. He's not this robot.
Wait, how long has it been since he's had a fight without the robot?
Dressrosa.
A minute.
Dressrosa, he fought against Senior Pink without.
Oh yeah, he did. But that feels like forever ago.
It was forever ago. It was forever.
I
think
okay.
that was what, like 2018, 2019.
Yeah, but in terms of the story, it's not really that long ago.
No, it's been like 3 weeks maybe.
Yeah, for real. Oh my god, we've been in Wano for so long. How long? 2 years?
About over 100 chapters. So,
sheesh.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we get our final few pages of the chapter with Kaido versus Yamato. They are talking as they battle. Kaido tries to convince Yamato to just rule over Wano as the shogun. And Yamato's like, Kaido reveals that he never intended Yamato to eat the devil fruit that he did. Yamato is like, I was hungry, I didn't know what would happen. I guess Kaido didn't feed him for his early years. And he says, I tried to kill you more times than I could count, but it made me stronger. And we get a reveal of Yamato's power as he proclaims that if he doesn't fight for the sake of this country, he can't call himself Odin. And I don't know what exactly this devil fruit is. It might be a mystical devil fruit, maybe something out of Japanese folklore, because this is very much, a love letter to like Japanese culture and all that stuff. But I'm not sure. If you guys know in the comments what mystical beast this is.
Some people have said this is an animal from like a Chinese folklore, actually.
That's interesting.
Like a type of dragon?
Yeah. Well, it's not a dragon. It's more like a deer-ish.
Yeah, it looks like a
kind
deer.
of creature. Honestly, this reminded me a lot of mink stuff. Like, I was looking at this, I'm like, is that a Sulong form?
Yeah, it does.
It did. That's what it did look like that at first.
Maybe
because of all the clouds.
Maybe it's Kaido's part mink.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because I was like, if he's not human, then he's probably a mink. And that would explain why he speaks to humans in like a third person, you know what I mean?
I don't know, man. My first instinct, before I really took a good look at this form, my first instinct is like, oh my god, is he the nine-tailed fox?
Right.
That'd be
People really wanted her to be a tiger. I mean, him to be a tiger.
That's interesting.
Like a white tiger, but looks like that ain't happening.
Dude. It had to be something big. It had to be a mystical fruit. And I guess it's interesting, like I wonder what Kaido went through to get this fruit specifically. Maybe this was Rox's fruit.
Or maybe this was the fruit he was trying to create in Punk Hazard.
Maybe. Who knows?
Smile fruit.
Yeah, the ultimate smile fruit.
Man.
Shmeh.
So,
Schmack.
can I start with the impressions on this chapter?
Go for it, Brian.
Of course.
So, this chapter it was a good chapter. It wasn't the best chapter of the week for me, but it was really nice to have like a reminder of who Franky is. You know what I mean? Like, we forget Franky can scrap. He is up there with the fighters. Like, he's probably middle of the pack on the crew, or maybe even over the middle of the pack. So we can't sleep on Franky. This guy literally, he looked like he had the easiest time out of everybody taking down a Tobiropo. And I don't think Sasaki is somebody to sniff at either. Like, that guy, he's part of a crew of one of the emperors. So I feel like this was a really good chapter for Franky, just to show everybody like, oh, yep, you know, Franky isn't just a joke character. He's not here just for laughs. So he can fight. He can hold his own, and he was shown to be that way when we first got him on the crew. So it's just nice to have that reminder.
Yeah.
Of who Franky is.
Did you want to go first, Josh, or should I?
Go ahead.
This was my really good chapter of the week.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
I mean, it's funny. It wasn't at first. Like, I kind of had to think about it, but I read this chapter again. I was like, man, this chapter was fucking awesome. I love this chapter. I mean, I'll tell you what. I flip-flop a lot between my favorite Straw Hats, but the one that's constantly in the conversation is Franky. He's just like so fun to me. I feel like he's the most underrated Straw Hat, or underappreciated.
Yeah. I would say underappreciated is the right word.
I feel like Oda always uses him to explore his like goofball side. I think Franky has the more unique fights on a tonal level. Like, I think about his fight with Senior Pink all the time, because out of nowhere, Oda just decided to tell this random story that's very sad in the middle of Franky.
About a hard-boiled man.
Yeah. Yes. I love that. That's one of my favorite fights in the entire series, and this is so fun as well. And I love that it's not just goofy, is that Franky's also like a fucking great combatant. He uses his mech, but it doesn't define him. It's not his like final form type shit where like, you know, he's got other stuff up his sleeves. When he was outside of the mech and he was already pointing the radical beam, I was like, Franky!
And yeah, like he set that play up.
Yeah.
It wasn't complete desperation.
Yeah.
You know?
It was a high IQ play.
Like he did it with confidence.
And I'm always happy to give Franky his flowers. I fucking love that guy. On another level, it was cool to see Yamato's Devil Fruit finally. I don't know what it is, but I'm glad we finally got to see it. But I don't know. That's all I got.
It really reminds me of Mink stuff. Like, I would be shocked if it didn't have something to do with the Minks.
Yeah.
He did specifically say that it was a power related to the devil. He brought up the Devil Fruit.
Yeah.
Which leads me to think that it's more so that it's like some type of Zoan, like a mythical one. The type of animal it could be beats me. I don't know enough about Japanese culture. I'm definitely going to check it out on the internet and see what I come across. I'm sure people have, their theories.
Yeah. But what are your thoughts, Josh, on the chapter as a whole?
I like that Franky showed out.
Yeah.
Like I said, I like that he made that play at the end. And I'm a lot more interested in Yamato now that I know that he has a Devil Fruit. That always makes things more interesting. Mm-hmm. So it was just an overall really good chapter. Unfortunately, it's not number one.
I mean, it had stiff competition.
It's a close second.
Stiff competition, man. I mean, everything was pretty solid this week. So I don't blame you guys, but this was just fun. It was just such a fun chapter to me. Also, I love like the little callbacks to like when people have ridiculous powers, like overly like the giraffe fruit, and like they're almost embarrassed by it. It's always that they have to compensate to try to make it cooler. It always makes me laugh. But are you guys ready to move on to the next series?
Yeah.
Let's go!
Rocket to punch!
Black Clover.
Mm.
This is Black Clover chapter 300. Welcome to 300's Black Clover. This is Beyond Tenacity. Last we left off, Gaja decided to try and make a play. And hey, Josh, did it work, Josh?
No, it did not.
Yeah, Gaja is burned, charred to a crisp, and I guess he falls, but we don't really know. I don't know if he lands. It's kind of unclear, but he does just fall defeated. While Megicula, the curse demon, is like, "That was a good shot, bro. But unfortunately for you, my body is under the protection of an ultra-high-speed recovery curse."
Yeah, she tanked it, bro.
Yeah, she's like, "I ate that
So
shit."
yum.
She said, yum, yum, gimme some.
Yeah, now you're toast, quite literally.
Yeah.
I think he's dead. It's just, he said he used his own life to power that spell.
Oh, I wonder. I don't think he's dead.
And she's fine, bro. She has no issue.
Yeah, she's Bleach villain happy that didn't work out the way he wanted it to. Meanwhile, Undine is like, "Gaja, what the hell? You're the strongest." And not Undine. Megicula starts to brag to Noelle. He's like, "Same as our last fight. Now you can't use Saint Stage at all. And all your friends are toast. So, now it's over." And Noelle turns into her, I forget what this armor in particular is called, but she turns into like one of her super armors. But immediately she's hit with a curse because she was cursed earlier in the battle. And Megicula goes on this whole rant about how she ain't shit and her mom ain't shit and how she's fighting with hope.
And humans generally ain't shit.
Yeah, in general, they fight with hope and they like life, and why do they like everything's hopeless, blah blah blah.
Basically, why are they fighting to live but living to die?
Yeah, basically.
Wasn't that a Tupac song?
Could be. Megicula's just Tupac.
Yeah.
So, man, okay, so Noelle just like thinks to herself, she's like downing herself. She's like, "Man, I can't beat this devil by outside." She's saying the opposite, He's like, "You're right, but you know what? Even if their chances of winning is slim, there are times where humans just have to act." And we get a big panel of her saying, "Our strength lies in not giving up." And Megicula looks down at her like, "I don't like it." Optimism. Bleh. And
I don't care for it.
Actually,
I'm going to turn your friend into a bomb.
It's funny because
end this now.
She literally says like, "No, I can't really understand that. It's fascinating, but I can't waste any more time on this shit." I kind of like Megicula now. She's just like, no. And she says that she's going to detonate Loro Pachica and kill all the humans in the castle by making a Loro Pachica bomb. And then after that, she will fully manifest right here. Noelle extends her arm to try and save Megicula, but guess who rolls through?
Yeah, boy.
Gives her a high five as he flies past her and
tags her.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in now.
Yeah. And
you know what time it is.
And he comes in for the save, saves Loro Pachica, and he's like, "Yeah, we saw each other just in time, Noelle." And Noelle, she looks up and she's like, "This is completely not just fine, dorksta." And yeah, that's where the chapter ends. As Megicula's like, "What is that human?"
Ooh, you about to find out.
Yeah, you're about to get schmacked up and down and all around. I like this chapter quite a bit. I'm hoping that Asta this is.
Oh, you will like this chapter quite a bit. You said
maybe not quite a bit. It was fine. I liked it. I'm really hoping that Asta doesn't get involved past this point. I'm hoping that he just stays back after saving Loro Pachica and just lets Noelle have this battle.
Like it's a sensu bean or something.
Yeah, so I'll take that. I'll take a sensu. Like here has like the treats, the magic healing treats that we eat, and get back into the game.
You got this.
I'd appreciate that.
I'm going to scoop her all up a cheek and bring her that way.
Yeah, I'll go over there and I'll fight the real villain, I guess. You stay here and take care of Megicula. Which is
you can have this one.
Yeah, Megicula is no big deal. I don't mean that to say like Megicula is nothing. She's obviously very strong, but yeah, I mean, I like it. I like that. I like Noelle's chapters. I like Noelle as a character. So whenever she gets her shine, I'm here for it. Needless to say, this is the really good audience poll
Certified
winner.
RGC certified.
Glad to see
Goated.
some things never change.
Certified RGC.
Yeah.
I know Black Clover's the GO.
Yeah, no,
The
it
GO
won.
series.
It won this week by such a degree. I felt embarrassed for even asking the question. For real. Black Clover won by 71.4% of the vote.
Body bag.
Destroyed everything else. My Hero Academia came in second at 14.3%. So, yeesh. I mean,
They do it out of spite, I'm telling
I'm
you.
sorry. I didn't mean. I guess that was a stupid question. It's funny because like My Hero and Black Clover were neck and neck at one point. It was like, oh, this one could be close, and then like literally 25 minutes later, this is the most participation we've gotten out of a really good chapter of the week poll. We have 161 votes this week.
Sheesh.
71.4% went to Black Clover. I don't know what the number is exactly on that, but you guys really sound off when you like a chapter of Black Clover. And by like Monday, it was already like, damn, this is over. I don't know how anything else gets out. But
Yeah.
hey, honestly, it's a milestone. 300 chapters. And a good chapter at that. So,
Wow. This 300?
yeah, this is 300.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was. I mean, that's all I got to say. Black Clover. Do you have any thoughts, Josh?
No. I already said it. Black Clover's the greatest.
Black
And
Clover's
in
the GOAT.
my opinion, if I'm making a prediction, Asta's gonna win this.
Yeah.
He's gonna kill this devil, put another notch on his list, and he's gonna move on to the next.
Yeah, I agree. But in any case, I
He's
guess,
gonna put the period on this sentence.
yeah. But I guess that's it for Black Clover right now. Let's get into our next series. Let's go.
Bloody Cross.
My Hero Academia.
Yeah, let's do this.
This is My Hero Academia chapter 320, Deku versus Class A. Color page. I like this color page. Color pages are so cool. Man, I wish everything was color page. We should give these guys a month to do it so they can do color. I don't care anymore.
Every time.
Yeah. Last we left off, the entirety of Class 1A pulled up to pull Deku out of his funk and throw him into a shower. We start off with Ida just staring him down. And he remembers what Bakugo said about him. Once he set his mind on something, he refuses to stop. Bakugo acknowledges that Deku is even drawn differently than the rest of them.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Come through, Deadpool. But yeah, Deku is all in his feelings like, thanks, you all came for me, but... And then he uses the sixth smokescreen quirk to try and get away. But Bakugo immediately disperses it with an explosion. And this whole time, he's just been cheesing at him, like kind of trolling him in a way.
Wait. Did he break the fourth wall?
Yeah, that's what I said. It's like... I figured, that's why I said come through Deadpool, because he basically acknowledged that they're all cartoon. Like,
So I had to put a pause because what was going to be a very petty point I was going to make towards Brian and My Hero Academia. Now it's just mind blowing because he's letting Midoriya know that I'm entombed with the real world. And you know what these niggas told me?
It just stink, bro.
They said all of that shit, bro. I don't gotta say by now. Y'all know what time it is.
Yeah. I feel like Horikoshi is directly talking to Josh. Like, yes, I know, Josh. I know
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
dirty,
yeah.
but this is on purpose.
Brian, let me tell you
What?
something about yourself.
What? Go ahead.
You may have acknowledged that he was dirty, but you know what you said? You said this is a cool design, and you was cool with this being it, and you thought that.
No, I wasn't
it
saying
was-
that this was gonna be. This was a good design for him. Period. Like forever. This is just a cool design for the arc. You know. Like the point of this arc is to show that Deku's attitude is a double-edged sword when it comes to himself. And this is supposed to be representative of that. Just because it's dirty and raggedy doesn't mean that it's not cool. It's still a cool design. It's not gonna be his main design, but
Bakugo told you that design was trash and it needs to change.
Well, he said
That's what he said to you, bro.
he said he was drawn
He
different.
told you that, bro.
He didn't indicate good or bad. He said different.
No, he had an
yeah,
negative
of course
tone.
they're gonna say that because they're not an audience member reading a manga. They were supposed to
Right.
be worried about him in this instance.
This is your response to Bakugo, right? Who broke the fourth wall to tell you something,
He did say good or bad.
right?
He said
Is
different.
this your official response right now?
Yes. It's not
Okay.
my job
Right.
to feel worried about Deku. It's his job to feel worried about Deku, okay? If Horikoshi draws something cool, I'm gonna be like, wow, that's cool as fuck. I'm not gonna be like,
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
no, I'm so worried about you. You haven't showered? Like I can appreciate a story thread, you know?
Look, I don't think
End
Josh,
quote.
End quote.
I don't think Josh,
Okay.
you have a problem with the design itself. You hate the idea of the design and what you impose. It brings out in people.
No. What Josh really hates is when somebody likes something.
Anything.
If you like something, Josh is gonna fucking get on you for it.
No. Josh sees this and he thinks of all of the edgelords out there that are like, "Whoa, this is cute." I know. I've known Josh for enough years to know that he hates the idea behind. He hates the concept behind things more than the thing itself, or what it might awaken in folks. Am I somewhat close?
The TLDR for that. I remember being a preteen once. That was a long time ago, man.
Yeah. Damn. So this is just like, man, you're really thinking to yourself like, I would have loved this if I was 13, and I hate that.
Yeah. Spot on. There you go.
So
There you go.
there we have
I like
it.
how Bakugo calls him a nerd, though.
The saga is over. We found the backing reason.
We can finally put it to rest.
All right. Well, that's it. No more about the goddamn design.
I don't
The
care, man.
debate-
This design served its purpose.
There are times where the way it was drawn, I was like, this is pretty cool. But not all the time. Because you could like things in moderation.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's either your whole heart is in it or nothing.
Yes.
I respect that, honestly. That's passion. So back to page 4 of our recap. Bakugo blasts the smokescreen away, and I was like, damn, that was easy.
Easy. Can't weak shit out of here, boy.
The 6th quirk guy is like, oh shit.
Nah, but you guys forget. Bakugo knows all of Deku's quirks.
I know, I'm being
Like,
silly.
He's done all the research, so of course he's gonna have a fucking
Damn.
retort for everything.
No, yeah, I'm just being silly about it.
No, like this is props to Bakugo. Like Bakugo is fucking. He came prepared, is what I'll say. This dude came prepared.
Bakugo's always the man. He's not even stressed right now. He's like, I'll fight all 6 of your quirks. I don't care.
Yeah, because he's confident as fuck. Don't forget, Bakugo won the first fight between them, and he'll probably win again. Now, even with all these quirks, let's be real. Bakugo's the fucking he's up there. He's closer to GOAT status than Deku, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's also got 21.
TBH, I'd agree with you, but he's just gonna unlock another quirk anyway.
Yeah,
and use that as a way to beat Bakugo, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Wait, who was the one user that Bakugo didn't like, that the files didn't talk about? Who was it? The first?
His grandfather.
Second? His grandfather.
No, I think he. There was a couple.
Second, right?
No, was it? No, he talked about the fourth. He didn't have anything on the fourth because
the fourth died early.
Okay. But anyway, after the smoke screen is dispersed, he just gets attacked by a bunch of birds because Koda summoned him with his quirk. And
super cool.
Not bad. I didn't see that coming.
I didn't either.
So he just basically yells up at Midoriya to come back to school.
I feel like this is the most we've seen him talk.
Yeah.
He grew some balls in this time.
It's been a while. I think that's part of his character, though. Like, I remember he was a shy one.
This is a big development moment for him, even though it's like kind of he's kind of like a sideline character, like one of the most sideline characters. But like, this is a clear character progress moment for him. You never see him shout like that.
Exactly. Then Sero comes in, ties up his black whips, and it was a cool little moment. Deku does break out of it, but he's like, but it's too late at that point because Jiro has her ear loopy things pointing at him.
The jacks.
Yeah, the ear jacks. Deku is able to get away. He just like zoops away using Fajin probably, and that's when Ojiro comes in. Oh my god!
Oh shit, baby!
This is what we said.
He came in, wrapped him around his big, aggressive tail.
Fucking tail.
Talk that shit to him, man.
Yeah, he said this was kind of like a touching moment. I think between it was like, I remember, I'd never forget how mad you got at Shinso on my behalf during the sports festival. So how can I sit back? But Deku starts to remember all the people who got hurt during the war, the Liberation War, and starts to break out of Ojiro's tail. But luckily for him, Tokoyami pulls up, smashes him into a fucking building with the Dark Shadow.
Lit.
The Sugar Man comes in and grabs Ojiro and Jiro. And while Deku is pressed up against the wall, all of a sudden, all these like bonds come down, holding him back. Even a little helmet thing made by Yaogiruzu. And they're all saying about the same thing. He's just like, yo, you gotta stop fucking wilding and just come home already. This is getting ridiculous. But Deku breaks out of the bonds that she created and pulls Dark Shadow off of him. But then Kaminari comes out of nowhere and just like has him around.
Not before some epic foreshadowing.
Shadow Man. Stop mocking me for...
Is he the traitor?
I hate you guys.
Heck, Nanny and drop.
Oh my god, you guys are gonna feel so dumb when he's the traitor. Yeah, he does that. And then Shinji, I think his name is Shinji. I don't remember. The Tentacle Man. He pulls up, wraps Midoriya around in his tentacles because I guess now he can just like combine them into one arm and swirl them around. It's pretty freaky, but it's pretty cool. I like this guy. Tokoyami envelops Deku completely in Dark Shadow, and Tokoyami talks about how repurposing Dark Shadow's offense in service of defense like this was a concept birthed by Midoriya. So, you know, I guess Kaminari's inside also holding him down while this is happening.
Yeah, Kaminari's trying to reason with him.
Oh my god,
which I think is weird.
Josh, I can't believe you didn't immediately shout out Kaminari after he said And don't you miss bathing? You need a bath real bad, Midoriya.
Oh my god, that's what I forgot about. Oh, I was too caught up on the fourth wall break.
This was
Listen,
the one you needed.
I said I would drop it, right?
This
I said I
is
would
the
drop
one
it,
you
right?
needed. Damn, you should have saved it for here.
But
It was
listen,
two and one. It's all right.
This is what I've been trying to tell you, though. This is the point of the costume. This is the point of this design.
I know, Brian.
I've said this over and over again. I never said that he wasn't raggedy. I said it looked cool.
Hey, that's it.
This is the point
I
for him to
declared
look
this war
raggedy. What, Josh? What? You know what? Let's settle this once and for all.
Did he just go away? Did Josh just leave the show?
Listen, I'm gonna settle this shit on Instagram when I drop them receipts.
Oh my god.
Drop the receipts. Not everything I mentioned has been in service to the story, and that's why I liked it.
Oh, we'll
You're
see.
like, why does he look like this? Why can't he just get a better design? It's because he feels like he can't. He feels like it would be a waste of time to take care of himself. That's literally everything I've said.
Indeed.
I shouldn't have opened this
Yes,
can of worms.
exactly.
Specific.
He hasn't had time to take care of himself. He barely eats. He doesn't take a shower. He barely sleeps. That's the point.
This is enough.
He's not All Might. He's Deku. All Might would be able to do all that shit and take a shower too.
God. I hope
But Deku's too young. He's too green.
Is this the breaking point?
I hope he literally falls
That's
into
not
a
my fault. That's Tokoyami. So you saying that to him?
I hope he falls into a shower next chapter
Thought
so
that
we
was
can stop
your
talking
boy.
about this. But anyway, Deku flies away from Tokoyami, leaving Dark Shadow sad because he heard him. Dark Shadow is crying a little bit, and I'm like, oh, Dark Shadow.
Oh,
So,
pretty sad.
Deku's flying away. He drops his mask, so he doesn't have the mask for real anymore. And, he's Deku's thinking to himself that, like, I know you're all just worried about me. There's no danger or malice I sense. Like, danger sense is off for me right now because you guys don't mean any real harm to me. But I'm trying to keep you all safe. And he's just like, so please let me go.
Shit.
Yeah.
Danger Sense actually got nerfed.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I didn't realize that. Deku would have been dominating so hard right now if Danger Sense was activated. Yeah. This would be so different. I didn't read that
It
line.
looks like Midoriya has that the sand/dirt shell on his skin, like how Gaara does from Naruto.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he never, ever took a bath after the
Oh
fight
my
with Sugar
fucking
Raptor.
god, you're such a...
Stop it.
No, that
You're
would make
such-
a lot of sense for defensive purposes. Because otherwise, it's just sheer negligence.
mustiness.
I have an impenetrable defense of just
It's my stank.
of gutter grime. I control gutter grime. So as Midoriya is just flying away, he just runs directly into Todoroki's ice wall.
It's fucking giant.
Yeah, and he's stuck there, and Todoroki's like, "What a look you have on your face. Are you so much? Is this responsibility so much that you can't even let yourself cry? Seems like a burden you should share with the rest of us."
Ooh, threw his words right back in his fucking face.
Ooh,
Right?
yeah,
Didn't he say something like that to him about his dad? Like,
yeah, something like
you
that.
should share your
Oh,
emotional burdens or something like that.
Mm-hmm. And last but not least, Suyu pulls up, as I guess
Oh boy.
Deku was about to act, and Suyu says, "Hey, not so fast. I'm not weeping around anymore because you matter to me. You're my friend, and when we were scared, we trembled together. So if you're so dead set on becoming some comic book superhero, then Class A won't let you live that fantasy alone." And that's where the chapter ends.
RGC, I'm sorry. RGC, I can't wait.
Couldn't hold it.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
Listen, when I was reading this chapter the first time, I fucking loved it, and then reading it again with you guys, I appreciate it even more. This chapter was literally everything we needed at this moment. You know what I mean? Like, we've done all this build-up and all this fucking, like, setup for Deku to be in a devolving state. And this is exactly what we needed. Something to give him hope again, you know? And or to set him back on track. And this would bring Class 1A back into the fold. And I fucking love it so much, dude. Like, some of the lines these guys say, like Todoroki's line is fucking awesome. I love Kaminari. I love fucking Bakugo. Like, man, it just feels so nice to see them all again. And even under all these dire circumstances, they still have their heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This was close to being my RGC. One Piece took it at the end of the day for me, but yeah, I also appreciated this chapter for what it was. I mean, this is literally what I asked for the last few weeks, so I can't complain really. I think the art has been pretty cool. It's been cool to see people show off their abilities against Deku. Yeah, I'm enjoying this quite a bit, and I'm more excited for the prospect that this is basically a little Teen Titans they're building. You know, like the inclusion of the overall cast, which is what I feel was missing from My Hero Academia. And if they keep going on this trend, and if everybody starts to get their shine a little bit more, My Hero Academia is going to be a great series going down. But yeah, not much else to say. I really like this chapter quite a bit.
If there's one thing that I can criticize about this chapter, though, is what the fuck were they planning with Kaminari? Like, why did they put him inside there with Deku instead of Sugar Rush or something else?
I guess the idea is that he's supposed to shock him if things get, if he like starts to break out of things, but he didn't do it, so it was weird.
Yeah, but wouldn't that just erase Black Shadow if he used electric?
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, that was just weird. Like,
yeah,
why
I don't know
him?
either.
Maybe he volunteered to do that, knowing that he would let Midoriya go because he's a
True.
traitor.
He's the traitor?
The traitor? Hey, he's the only one without like a really emotional thing for Midoriya. Remember that. He was the
Hey,
only...
man, you should just chill, bro.
Hey, why don't you shower? Don't you miss showering? Everybody else is like, please, you help me so much. Kaminari's like, bro, you stink, dude.
You stink. I ain't know. Actually, if I knew it was gonna be like this, the one that got this close in this fucking shadow wound.
Yeah.
I played myself. That's why he didn't shock him. He didn't want to touch that nigga.
Ooh, he's the
Get
traitor.
closer to him. He really regretted going in there. When Midoriya busted out, he said, "Ooh."
Maybe that's why he let him go. He's like, I can't handle it anymore.
I'm good on this. Yo, and Suyu's gonna pop.
What? Are you worried about her tongue?
Oh, yeah, that's all she has to fight with. And I don't know. Maybe she throws her acid at him because she can do
She's
that.
She's about to get some kind of shit.
She can make an acid clone.
Oh, I'm gonna pray for new ability.
She's about to get laryngitis.
Projectile based.
No, guys. She has
Non-contact oriented.
She has a poison clone. She can do that. Don't you remember?
What?
Yeah, the acid in her body that she can produce, she can make an entire person out of that.
Wow.
You forgot about that, huh?
You think you're
Yeah,
foul?
it certainly did. It's been a long
Yeah, I mean,
time.
it's been a long time since we've seen most of the cast, but yeah, I remember that being a thing, right? Brian, can you make sure that was a thing? I'm not bugging, right? She did have a weird clone type thing. Like clone thing.
Clone.
Pretty legit.
She did it during the Class 1B thing.
Hey, don't drop that dun dun.
Hey.
Don't drop it, dun, dun, dun.
No dead air. But yeah, I remember she did that during the Class 1A, Class 1B thing. Because that was the last time she like showed out, I think. I could be wrong though. But in any case, not a lot more to say about My Hero Academia. I enjoyed it a lot. It's a fun chapter. Art is awesome. Honestly, that's part of the reason I love My Hero Academia. I really do enjoy the art a lot. But if that's all we got, I suppose we should move onward. Y'all ready to go to our next series?
Y'all ready for this?
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Boruto!
All right.
This is Boruto chapter 60, A Place to Belong. We open up with the claw marks. I guess it's not a belt, but we learn
It's not a Gucci belt.
yeah, it's not a Gucci belt. They're
Not Lewis.
They're claw marks, I guess. All right. They're basically Shikamaru, Sai, and Ibiki, who we haven't seen it's way back in the first stage of the tuning exams.
Yeah, he looked familiar. I just did not remember this guy.
I can't believe I remembered this guy. I was like, oh, is that Ibiki?
Nah, he fought against one of the Pains when they went to the Ambu spot.
Oh.
Isn't he like the leader of the Ambu people?
No.
Ambu Black Ops? No.
No, he's the head
Oh,
interrogator.
fuck this guy
I'm looking
is,
into
man.
him right now, I guess.
I don't know who this fucking guy is, man. No, he's the
He
head
How'd
of
you
the,
know his
later
name was
made
Ibiki,
team
bro?
leader of Team 40.
he's the leader of the interrogation squad. I remember him from the tuning
Yeah.
exam because he was like
Yeah, but now he's a teacher. Now he's teaching a youngin squad.
yeah, I remember he had like holes in his head and he was just like trying to he was like the scared straight guy of the ninja world where he was like, look at what could happen to you. I got these holes drilled in my head. But yeah, I guess he's just out here working in random ninja jobs, and they explained that like they found a bunch of the claw marks not in the village but around the village, so Code can just pull up near them at any point. And Shikamaru's tight because he's like, damn, we're fucking working so hard to find this guy. All 5 villages and their Kages are having a hard time finding Code. So,
Damn.
what the hell's going on here? Meanwhile, Kawaki is chilling on Naruto's statue. He peeps that there are ninja always watching him, probably on guard because of, his potential for evil, I guess.
Well,
No. They're
trying to protect him.
Yeah, they're watching over him in case Code tries to strike them as well. Sorry. I misspoke. Meanwhile, we cut back to Amato and the girl. I think her name is Kake is her name. And last we left off with them, she was asking, "What the fuck is he up to?" And Amato's like trying to shoo her away and try to seem scary, but I guess he means no harm. He's like, "Look, I'm not trying to be an asshole here, but it's a personal matter. We're trying to.
Yeah.
I cleared this with your science man." And I really mean no harm to the village. In fact, the thing that I'm making right now is going to be a powerful ally for Konoha. And she's like, a powerful ally? That's when we cut back.
I know who that is.
Who is it? Who do you think it is?
It's Delta. It's 100% Delta.
Oh, you think it's... yeah, that makes sense.
It's definitely Delta. Like, she has the same flowy hair.
Yeah, the silhouette.
It's Delta.
Yeah.
I think it's Neji.
Imagine. He said it with such a straight face, too. He's like, I think it's...
He comes out and his new jutsu is, he can shoot logs out of his chest.
Sure. It's like, Byakugan.
Byakugan! Man. Old Naruto abridged, huh? Those are the good old days.
Sure was.
Simpler times. Meanwhile, back up where Code's at, he's still chilling with Daimon and damn, what's her face? Ada. I guess Bug tries to leave. Their like little servant man. He tries to leave, and Daimon immediately is like, "Why are you leaving? I'm being an annoying child." But Code,
I think he breaks his back.
I guess so. I think he headbutts him more. Because you see, like, he
yeah.
just, like, headbutts the shit out of him. And
Yeah. He hurts the old guy.
yeah, the old
That's
guy's
for
like,
sure.
damn it, this is why I hate this kid. And Code uses his claw marks. Daimon attempts to use a reflection, but it doesn't work because I don't think Code did anything yet, so...
Yeah, it's just a support move.
Yeah, so...
Right? It's a passive. So he did reflect it back to him. It just doesn't, it's not going to hurt him.
Yeah.
He's like, I love this latex. Fuck is you talking about? This leather.
Leather. Your leather claw marks.
Yeah.
And he turns around, and I guess Code deducts that like, wow, I mean, it must be like it'll just automatically kick in regardless of his intent. Like it happens no matter what, even if he's not trying to defend himself. So he pulls Bug out of the claw marks and out of his side, I guess, on his coat, and he's like, "This is
like a rag doll."
Yeah, this is
All
my
right.
cool.
This ability's growing on me.
It's cool.
It's slowly growing on me.
It was. I guess it was never not like. It was never bad. We just found
It just
really
looks
funny.
weird. It just looks really fucking weird. I don't know why they chose to design it this way, but it's growing on me.
I get that there's
Unique.
I get that there's supposed to be claw marks. It's just the little buttons that throw it off. Because otherwise they'd be like, yeah, they look like claw marks, I guess.
Yeah, maybe it's not buttons. Maybe it's like a hollow thing, a hollow mark, and
Probably.
there's just chakra inside of it or some shit. I don't know.
Well, that's
It's
why
just
he pulls
weird.
things out.
We'd
of.
have to see it in art, like in actual art.
No,
Or
I
in-
mean-
So in my headcanon, it's still a studded leather belt.
Okay, yeah. No,
he
I'm
just
I'm
pulling
gonna tell you
people
the-
out of a leather belt.
On page 16, you can look at that the lower panel, the top left one on the lower half,
Mhm.
right? And it shows Code like kind of facing this way. If you zoom in and look close at the belt on his head, it looks like the white parts.
Oh
are
yeah, it's
sticking out.
spiky.
Yeah, they stick out.
Yeah, or studded.
God, why did you design it this way? It's a cool ability. Just design it
Because
better.
he likes luxury leather belts. What's the problem with that, Brian?
just
Don't you
so
like unique
random.
characters?
It's so
Who else in
random.
Naruto like that?
Yeah, I mean, I can't hate the man. He's got style points. Some people have a taste for the finer things, Brian.
He's got drip.
Yeah,
He's got drip. I'm sorry. I take it back. He's got drip.
yeah.
Yeah, studded Ferragamo and Chinese Chancletas.
Yeah, that's the.
We got to have Luke on to judge his fit.
Yo, Code's a wild dude.
Yeah. So he pulls Bug out and he's trying to get Daemon to tell him about his powers, but Ada puts the kibosh on that. He's like, hey, you shouldn't reveal your abilities so quickly. And she's like, damn, can't I know anything? And she's like, no, I'll tell you about it in due time. So Code's not going to learn the abilities, and neither are we so far. Meanwhile, we cut back to Kawaki, who's just vibing, going to the store. And people, like random villagers, are like, stop staring at him, and he's taking notice. He feels kind of outsider-ish. Boruto has like a moment where he's like, man, Kawaki hasn't come back home yet. Damn. Kawaki has this nice little moment with Naruto where he's back on the statue and has one rice bowl and one bottle of water. And Naruto comes and is like, is that all you're going to have for dinner? Hinata cooked. My wife Hinata is in the kitchen now, and no longer on the field as a shinobi
At all, not even a medical one.
Yeah. So, yeah, Kawaki's like, I got bored of it. I'm just hanging out here, sulking on this statue. And he talks about how he's starting to feel like there's not a place for him in the village. And it's nobody's fault but his because he's a troublesome outsider who wandered into this trouble-free and peaceful place. He's like, Ishiki's right. I'll never belong anywhere. And Naruto just picks him up and is like, Jigen, Ishiki, who cares? I certainly don't. We're going home, my stupid son.
Oh, that was so nice.
I was a little bit like, oh.
Dude, if My Hero, I'm gonna be honest, if My Hero wasn't as good as it was, I would have given this my RGC.
Aw. This is a cute little moment. And especially because like Naruto very much relates to Kawaki probably more than he relates to Boruto at all.
Yeah, for being an outcast.
Yeah. But yeah, he brings Kawaki home and they're having this big old welcome home place like party, like a welcoming party for him with the fixed vase that he was trying to put together at the center. Very cute moment.
Sentimental.
Yes. They start to eat, and then Boruto's like, "Oh, I forgot to give you something," and he passes him a Konoha ninja headband.
Lit.
Yeah,
He's a Konoha ninja.
Yeah, and he's like, wait a minute, what? Isn't this really special for you? I'm not officially a shinobi or anything. He's like, yeah, but you're a ninja in progress, you know? And Kawaki's like, man, I can't accept this because then you won't have one. And Boruto's like, I got Sasuke's and, you know, he lent it to me, so you can hold on to this.
Yeah, it's way more edge than that one.
Yeah, it has a whole thing crossed. It's way cooler. TBH, I'm not giving you that one. But you can have this regular
Can't have that one. I know you want it, but...
You can have this regular old one. And, you know, when I give Sasuke my headband back, you can give this headband back when you become a ninja. And Kawaki tries it on. He doesn't like it on his forehead. He puts it around his neck. And he's like, this is more edge. I like this.
Way more.
This is edge. I appreciate it. So, yeah, it was a nice little moment between them two. Kawaki's just hanging out with Naruto, and Naruto assures him, is like, hey, your place is here, you know, like, as my family thinks so as well. You can stay with us as long as you want, but if you just can't feel the same, then I fail my job as a Hokage. And I'm like, damn, that hits hard. Because I guess, like, Naruto, you would think that Naruto would want to place, like, his village, his version of the village to be welcoming to people who were like him when he was a kid. So, if Kawaki...
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah, if Kawaki doesn't feel safe here, then I understand that he's like, damn, then I'm not doing a good job, you know? But, yeah, he's like, don't worry, man, I got you, basically. Boruto stares down at his karma for a minute, thinking pensively, and we cut back to Kawaki just thinking on what Amato said about reactivating the karma within him as strictly a weapon without the the Otsutsuki vibes within him. And he says, give me a break. I don't need no karma. There's still one thing that I can do to protect Konoha and Lord Seventh. And that's where the chapter
I wonder what that is.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of genuinely curious.
Oh my god, this is such a good fucking chapter.
Yeah, I like this chapter.
Like, I only really like this chapter for the character work they're doing with Kawaki and Naruto and their family, you know? Like,
Kawaki.
because it gives you more insight. It gives you so much more insight to, like, how Naruto is not just as Hokage, but also as a father, you know? And it's just really nice to see. And this is one thing that I'll say that Boruto has done masterfully compared to even, like, Dragon Ball Super, or when it comes to, like, the revamp or, like, a continuing series, is that when new characters are introduced, they're kind of being used, like, they're not just throwing them in and forcing you to like them. They're making them a part of the series by introducing you to people who have been a part of the series, you know? Like, they're using old cast to build up these new characters to be able to stand on their own legs. And these moments where, like, Naruto is talking to Kawaki like he's his son, and, like, how he shows, like, his his ideology when it comes to being a leader and leading a city or leading a village. It's just so interesting. Like, this is some really interesting character work. And I know that people, like, don't really like the pace that Boruto's in right now. And I do agree. I think right now Kishimoto's kind of doing it in a weekly. He's still in a weekly mode with his chapters, but these are still really good fucking chapters. If this was a weekly series, Boruto would be slapping every fucking month, in my opinion.
So specifically what you said about how we get to see how Naruto acts as a Hokage, you know, and also as a father too, you know, and that was something I wasn't sure we was really gonna get in any substantial form, because I wasn't really used to that, at least with kind of how Naruto was ending and how Boruto started off, how his pace was, I don't want to say it was frantic, but it wasn't really spending too much time on too many other people outside of Boruto and you know, the karma situation. But it is nice. I do like the times when Naruto's with his, you know, with his son trying to teach him a lesson, and also how he thinks about the village. And I think it was significant how he was able to connect with Kawaki by letting him know, like, straight up, like, look, man, like, that's not what this place is about. Like, you don't, that's not what you got to stress out about. There's plenty of other things to worry about, and it ain't about you being, uncomfortable in the city. Like, we all got you. Yeah, you're a weirdo, Edgelord, and you did some wild shit before. But, you
Well,
got
who hasn't in Konoha?
Yeah, really?
Who
hasn't done some weird
Right?
shit? Well,
even the ramen owner. Been
Even the
through some
ramen
dicey
dude had his
situations.
moments.
Yeah, that whole episode, bro.
yeah. And that's the only one of the filler episodes I consider canonical. So
Also,
Yeah,
real
'cause why
quick,
not, right?
yeah.
real quick, there's one more thing that I really like. There's the character work. It is the number one thing that I love about Boruto. But number two is how they managed to kind of reel in the scale. Like they kind of made the Osusuki being the villains in this series, and the way that their powers work kind of grounded the series again. You know what I mean? Like it brought it's kind of like it reversed time a little bit. To like how it was in the first series, like in the beginning, where strategy is a lot more useful, or it's not about these gigantic fucking kaiju level battles or explodey fucking full scale attacks. Like they're going back to their roots to build up these guys again. And I still like, the more I think about how Boruto is written, the more I really appreciate it, because like this isn't new. They've been doing this for a long ass fucking time, and
Yeah,
it's
I don't know.
it's really nice. It's nice once you like start to really think about how they do it, how they've been doing it.
Yeah.
Because sure, it's been rocky, but
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think there was definitely a conscious effort to be like, all right, Naruto, you can't just use your giant nine-tailed fox mech to get out of this one. We have enemies, we have enemies specifically for you that you can't use this shit on easily. So I really appreciate that too. I think that's a really good point, Brian. And Boruto has been on a wild ride with us. I think like way back in the beginning when we started covering it, and I don't regret it at all. We were kind of down on the series for what it was. I feel justified about that, but it's definitely changed my mind over time. And I feel good about it now. I enjoyed this chapter a lot. Even if it's just like more of a quiet and, subdued chapter. You need these kind of chapters to make the future more, to make things have more stakes, give stakes to characters. You gotta have it. You gotta have these slow moments.
Agreed.
But that's all I gotta say about Boruto. You have any more closing thoughts, boys?
all I gotta say is I'm glad I never cashed out on my Boruto stocks. You understand? I've been on Team Boruto since the fucking beginning. I never cashed out.
Hey man,
And it paid off.
you could say we went diamond hands too on Boruto. Just 'cause we weren't,
Diamond hands. Diamond hands.
just because we weren't like ecstatic doesn't mean we weren't to the moon with Boruto.
Boruto went to the moon.
Stonks are looking very strong.
Yeah, I'm not mad.
I'm holding.
I'm holding too. You know, I'm happy to say I'm holding on Boruto Stonks. But let's keep it moving along. Next series, please. Dragon Ball Super.
Oh yeah, baby.
This is Dragon Ball Super.
Vegetables versus cereal.
Yeah. This is chapter 74, vegetables versus cereal. I guess I forget what these things were called. I know it was also a ridiculous food name, but they're
No breakfast item.
yeah, something like that. I don't know. It was Sugarians. I think they were the sugar people, some sugar thing.
Oh, you're talking about the little guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're Shigarians.
Yes.
Yeah, they're out. They're like, yeah, I'm not stupid.
I'm not hanging out here.
I know what's up.
I've watched Dragon Ball Z before. These people are going to be starting blasting soon, and I don't want to be here for that. So Vegeta has entered the battle against Granola after Goku got his ass whooped, and Vegeta is talking that shit up top. Well, before he was like, "I'm about to eliminate the rest of your race by killing you," And he's basically like, listen, we had nothing to do with Frieza. We don't even like that guy. I worked for him, but I quit. I handed in my pink slip
years ago.
Yeah, in like 1990 what? In like 1993, I gave him my pink slip for Frieza. I'm not working for that guy anymore. And he's like, "You're lying." And Vegeta goes, "All right, then I'll just fuck you up." And he turns Super Saiyan Blue.
Right, he's like, bro, I don't give a fuck what you feel, nigga. What it is.
Yeah,
and powered up, man. It was ready.
Yeah,
gotta love Vegeta.
Yeah, I gotta love Vegeta, honestly. And they fight for a while. A lot of this Granola puts the beats on him for a while, though. Vegeta just uses all of his past experience of getting his ass thoroughly handed to him to not totally die whenever Granola just smacks him around. And yeah, it's a lot of blasting, a lot of punching, almost one-sided. And Vegeta at one point survives a really strong attack by him, and he's like, "Shit, man, you guys are stronger than I thought." And he's like, he's like, "Yeah, I'm a fucking Saiyan, dude. I'm getting stronger every battle." You know, at that point, that's when Goku kind of comes to, and he notices that Vegeta and Granola are going at it. And Vegeta is starting to hold his own against Granola, starting to dodge his attacks. There's a really cool couple of scenes where Vegeta, no matter how much he gets beaten down, he's like, "Man, I could tell that you're a fucking rookie right now with this strength. You know,
right?
You got a lot of power, but you didn't even train." And he's like, Granola's like, "Training? I don't need training. I'm the strongest." And he delivers a particularly devastating kick to Vegeta, but Vegeta holds on to it and elbows his kick.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like, "Ow! my MCL."
Yeah, it gave him a wicked Charlie horse.
Yeah.
Right above his knee.
Yeah. So the battle continues, and Vegeta, he's basically like, "I am the strongest, and it's a given, and that's why I'll win here today." And Vegeta says, "That's the great thing about a battle. You never really know how it's gonna go. That's exactly what I love about fighting." And they continue to battle out, and he explains this, which I thought was kind of smart, I guess, a smart way to get out of how do they beat Granola if he's the strongest, where Vegeta's like, "Rankings, you're like ranking shit, they're all cool, but they only reflect a moment in time, and once that moment has passed by, it's nothing but history.
True that.
So you may be the strongest right now, but I could always get stronger than you. In fact, I'm getting stronger than you right now through this entire little dance." And Granola managed to hit him in a devastating way through his armor, gets him out of the Super Saiyan Blue form, makes him cough up blood, and Vegeta's like, "What fun! It's been ages. There's no planet to protect, no people to save, just me, immersed in battle. My happy place." And I'm like, "Damn!"
Oh my god, that's so fucking cool.
Said just the thing to get a battle crazed Saiyan's blood pumping. And I'm like, "This was cool." You don't really see this out of Vegeta often, just like the actual enjoyment of martial arts and fighting.
The savage Saiyan within him.
Yeah.
So he powers up, and he powers up so much that like Goku starts to sense like, "Wait, this feels like God energy, but not just any old God energy." And then, you know, this aura that he's emitting is different. It looks like fire. As Granola's like, "What now?" And we get to see Vegeta.
Oh, and he looks so scared.
Yeah, we see Vegeta in a new form. I don't.
Oh, no eyebrows.
Yeah, no eyebrows.
Back to Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah, no eyebrows, and not only that, a pronounced brow on top of that. It's pretty. It's out there. It's not just like he has no eyebrows. It's out here. And you see his hair is a different color, although I don't know what the color is, because obviously black and white. But Yeah, he's in a new form now, and he tells Granola that a god of destruction taught me that power derived solely from instinct is unbounded. And sheesh, this is cool. I think this form looks cool, but I don't dig the brows. It's not for me this time. For some reason, it just doesn't work. It just feels out of place. But maybe I just need to get used to it. Sometimes like designs grow on people. But
So, go ahead.
oh no, that's all I got. Go for it.
All right. So first of all, RGC. For me. Oh yeah.
What? What?
Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
No way!
Certified RGC.
No.
I never thought I'd see the day, honestly.
Guys, I
Yeah,
don't
me
think you
neither.
understand the
Me
magnitude of this. This is a historic RGC right here.
So here's the thing. I read it today. I read both this and Boruto today, and I read this first before I read Boruto. Or did I read it the other way around? I guess that doesn't really matter, right? So going in before I read these comics, I didn't have like a favorite one in mind. I guess One Piece is usually the default because if it wasn't whack, it's usually the best. You know, it's usually how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Unless one of the other ones really knocked it out the park for Turo Trigger. Anyways, I got so fucking hyped when I seen Vegeta basically take this finishing blow, tank it, and be like, listen, bro, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit you was talking. I'm going to surpass my limits right now. And that's not something I'm used to seeing from Vegeta. This is the type of development I've been craving. Like when I thought about, Dragon Ball's coming back and Toriyama's making, right? Toriyama.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's making, that he's writing the series again and he's coming back with anime, etc., etc. One of the things that got me a little bit excited that it was coming back was the prospect of, some of the other characters getting more shine other than Goku. I realize that doesn't happen much outside of the Power Tournament, but it is really cool seeing Vegeta change for the better and just, shine in a unique way. He's not just following in Goku's footprints. He's carving his own path and he's coming to his own conclusions.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool. It is good writing, in my opinion, and I'm proud. I don't feel bad about all the other shit I said in the past, but I'm looking forward to seeing how this form executes. I don't love the misty eyebrows either. But I'm not that mad. I'm really excited. I mean, it's unique, bro. I mean, look at the power that was coming out of him. It's not just regular aura. He was
it's like flames. It looks
he tried to shoot him. It's like destruction flames. Almost reminiscent to the Akatsuki guy, man. Itachi.
Yeah.
Like the
Amaterasu.
Tsukuyomi. I forget.
Amaterasu is the fire.
Amaterasu. Yeah. It's similar to that. So I feel like that's kind of unique. That his aura is kind of part of it. Maybe he's gonna, incorporate it in a lot of his physical moves, kind of like Ken from Street Fighter. You know how he does like some of his attacks with fire, like the uppercuts and shit. That'd be lit.
Yeah. I'm not really mad at the form. The brows are the only thing that throws it off, but I think the rest of it is pretty cool. I agree. I also love the philosophy that I know that it wasn't necessarily just like a cop-out, so Granola won't be the strongest, but it made real sense.
It sure did.
I
liked it. I liked the message.
Yeah.
And it was organic because it made sense coming from a character like him who's lost so much and is still going.
Yeah, and this is also
Means
something...
way more coming from him.
This feels like a character moment that Vegeta kind of like learned from Goku, because this is the first time he's really displayed that type. Oh, not maybe the first time, but it's been a while since we've seen Vegeta not just fight for improvement rather than fight because he enjoys it and enjoys getting better at this and enjoys getting stronger, as opposed to directly trying to compete with Goku. He's doing his own thing. He's his own man, and he's doing this for his sake, getting stronger for his own sake. And I really like that. I really like the humble path they're taking with Vegeta in a way, they're making Vegeta more like Goku. I hope they don't like go too far with that, but I do like that. Goku's rubbing off on him in a way where their competition brings Vegeta fulfillment in himself that he never would have had before.
I think he still has completely different motivations from Goku.
Yeah.
Their values are starting to align as far as morally speaking, but they're still two completely different people, in my opinion.
Yeah, no,
I think they're distinct enough. And just the way that they're going about two different like how they're chasing two different energies or powers right now. I think it's being it just helps.
Yeah, I agree.
So I don't think there's going to be an issue with that personally.
Agreed.
Vegeta's
Yeah,
hard
it was
carrying
okay
this
to have
series.
it.
He
Oh,
is hard
you know what?
carrying this series.
One last thing. For what it's worth, I actually really like the fighting between him and Vegeta and Granola.
Yeah.
I thought that even though it was kind of like punchy, kicky, blasty, it was a little more on the strategic side. It almost felt like I was watching. I mean, I was reading like a rank war in World Trigger, where it's just kind of like those clutch moments in a fight where there's not too much text and it's just bang, 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 and then they have time to talk about what just happened as they regroup.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is that. Like that's what I felt. Like it was really coordinated. It wasn't just pure strength. And Vegeta wasn't just talking shit about Granola's lack of battle experience. Because sure, Granola has fought a lot, but he wasn't. I think I said it earlier, but with all of that power, he wasn't able to really deal a decisive blow.
Yeah.
And at least not to any point that it really mattered. And that was Vegeta noticing that. Like, man, like he wasn't stupid. He knew he was more powerful than him, at least at that moment, but he was able to recognize. Like there was weight behind what Vegeta said, and it was described through the art and what showed. It just didn't feel like a bunch of remember that plain yogurt shit I talked about where it's just like whatever. This is just filler. Let's get to what matters. I know what's about to happen. Mm-hmm. It just I didn't feel like that as I was reading it initially, but after he dropped that line, I thought about it more, and it gave more value to the action scene. That's great, man.
Yeah.
That was like one of the number one issues about this series.
I fully agree.
The action being whack.
I fully agree. This
uninspiring.
This fight felt way more choreographed. It was like choreographed really well. It didn't feel. I described it, in the recap as like punchy kick, because it's hard to be like. Then he threw a kick.
Oh yeah,
he threw a punch.
I know. Yeah,
but I know I'm just like making sure that the audience understands that like I'm not trying to be like all these punchy kick. It's just like it's hard to describe play by play like that. But this did feel like a pretty good back and forth, very cool type of thing where Vegeta never really got discouraged, and he kept trying to outthink him, like just with straight up fight IQ. Just like, I know if I could catch your kick here, I could just like, do that thing. I thought that moment was really cool. But in any case, yeah, this was a great chapter of Dragon Ball Super. Probably one of the better ones. Maybe there was another one that was like awesome to me, but I struggle to think about a chapter that I enjoyed more than this one. So.
Right up.
Not bad. But in any case, you guys ready to move onward? Then let's go.
I hope he turns his sword into some guns.
Undead Unluck. This is Undead Unluck Chapter 72, Sincere. Last we left off, Fuko has given herself up to Under, and she is basically working for them in their efforts to destroy Spring. And meanwhile, Fuko is trying to get the word out as to where Under's hideout is to the Union, and get some help from them. Andy has been trying to track, just standing by the little communicator that they have, their badge, and just lying in wait for Fuko to communicate with him. He hasn't slept in like 3 days, just waiting by the phone, basically. And meanwhile, we see that Fuko has like these things attached to her head in the Under hideout, and the Tele guy is basically like examining her, making sure that she's not lying to them about stuff, I guess. But yeah, he's basically she's like, damn, I thought you were gonna touch me, and he's like, nah, I know that I'm not gonna let you touch. I don't want your unluck to work on me as well. So I got to be very careful with you. So, at that point, she gets dismissed by Tele, and then she goes off to initiate her plan. So, she just makes a break for it. She runs into Latla, and Latla's like, damn it, we fucking saved your life, and this is how you repay me.
Right. Like, we told these niggas to take it easy on you and not smack you up and do other things that we do to prisoners.
Yeah. She tries to give her a punch to, stop her from running. Fuko manages to touch her, and it brings out the unluck that the floor underneath Latla completely collapses. And Rip is now chasing after Fuko, but he's got a bit of a ways away. Meanwhile, Fuko runs into one of the other under agents, just this girl, who has the negation of unchaste, which means, I guess, her ability is that she can make people love her, basically. The ability activates by striking a pose or gesture, makes whoever she looks at her captive, but also makes them bum rush her. Weird. But there are only two conditions.
Interesting.
Yeah, there are two conditions for this ability, to avoid this ability. The first, by not yet knowing romance. The second, by having someone who you truly love thick and thin. As she makes it to right underneath the killer whale's blowhole, and I guess just stands directly underneath it until the killer whale just shoots her out. And she uses Clothy to transform into a Union badge and is able to communicate with Andy on the other side. Clutch play! High IQ! And that's what
I have thoughts.
Oh, yeah. That's where the chapter ends. So what are your thoughts, Josh?
So, first of all, there's a flaw in this strategy.
Whoa.
So, she's trying to tell them the date of the raid, when they're going to go and try to eliminate Spring, right?
Yes.
What else would she tell,
where under
Andy?
is?
You know what I'm saying?
She also
What,
wants
that
to,
they're in a whale moving around the ocean and that she'll never fucking catch us?
basically. I mean,
Without the Uma Ocean or something like that?
at least they can just
Maybe.
search the oceans, I guess.
I guess. Well, my point is that, as soon as they capture her and she comes back in there, why don't they just change the day? All right, let's do that shit a couple weeks earlier.
I don't know. Maybe. I think they chose a date specifically because there's a significance to it. I think maybe it's just that they can't do it any other day, and if they find out, then it's damn, we can't really change the day now because this is a pretty important day. But
I didn't think about that.
I mean, that's what I thought as well. I was just damn, why then? What's the point if they can just change the day? But I think the logic is that there is no other day that they can do it. That this is the day that they have to strike. Maybe because that's when spring goes into its real final form. Because remember, summer had a couple forms to it before it was its final stage. Yeah. But in any case, this was an entertaining chapter. I guess it was cool to learn one of the other under abilities.
Unjust.
It's very coincidental that it happens to be one that Fuko has specific immunity to because of her love for Andy. But
yeah. The other thing is, that's almost suicide for her, because if she makes Fuko infatuated with her, she ends up touching her. That could have made, you know what I'm saying? Instead of a little light bulb falling on her, it could have been a whole plane or something.
Yeah, Yeah.
or the building collapse.
In all
You feel-
honesty, I think it depends because the unluck depends on how much she likes you. So,
Exactly.
so-
So if she made her infatuated with her, then
you're right.
it would probably be catastrophic.
Well, it doesn't work on her because she loves Andy. So the negation never worked at all.
Right. I'm just saying it was a lose-lose for her. This was a horrible matchup.
Yeah, it really was. I see where you're
She
saying.
pulled up thinking she was lit.
She was like, I got you now. But no. Yeah, I mean, I thought this was a fun little entertaining chapter.
Right.
I like the last 2 pages. This is like pretty nice and well drawn. I like this chapter of Undead Unluck. It's not like super special or anything, but I thought it was fun.
That was cool.
But that's it for Undead Unluck. No more thoughts, yeah?
Yeah.
In that
I'm
case,
gonna tell you this.
Oh.
Hold on. One last thing. So if you go back to the beginning of the chapter and look at Andy, he looks pretty tired and depressed, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's even got a cigarette lit. Let me tell you something. I'm sure between the time that she's been gone, right, and now, I bet you he bathed at least once.
Maybe.
And he just lost the love of his life.
Maybe.
And possibly the end of the world.
Hey, we actually don't know that. He's gone 3 days without sleeping. He seems to have just been sitting there.
You can't do that without taking a cold shower at least once.
Well, I guess we'll never really know, huh?
Well, you know what's one thing we know for certain?
What?
That somebody else hasn't taken a bath in a long time.
This is true. He has not
You
taken.
don't have to guess about that.
Izuku Midoriya has not showered in a long time.
No.
I can't imagine that most shonen protagonists don't shower for long arcs.
I disagree.
Oda is actually in like the little question and answer thing he does in the volumes. He gives the shower schedule of all the Straw Hats. I think Luffy bathes every week, once a week.
Take the Viking shower, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's pretty filthy, too.
And
But
he fights a lot.
unfortunately, unmatched.
Well, we don't know how long Deku's been not showered, right? This is ridiculous.
Well, I gotta be easy on the slander because somebody's not here to defend it at the moment.
Yeah.
So, it is what it is. I had my fun. Undead Unluck was cool.
Yeah, it was. But in any case, that has been Undead Unluck. And that has been our show. Thank you guys so much for listening again. This was so much fun. You can find me at the Chris Espinal, Josh at JD Cole_37, Brian at B.ESP on Twitter and Instagram. Follow the show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram. Take part in our weekly Really Good Chapter of the Week poll. Subscribe to the channel, like, share, do all the things you do with a channel. Smash that like on stuff, share it, whatever, man. And if you like the audio version, we have full audio podcasts of a lot of episodes that don't have video to them. So binge our show. Why not? iTunes, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon Music, wherever you listen to podcasts, we're there. So check us out. Email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want to talk to us about. Remember, we do have an off week of Jump, so we have some time. If you guys want to get in some topics, want to hear our thoughts on certain things. If not, whatever, we'll come up with our own. Who cares? Next week, we'll probably talk about Loki. I don't know.
Maybe. Pretty lit series, by the way.
Yeah, we have high thoughts about it. But in any case, that's been our show. You guys have been fantastic. And keep listening. We love y'all. Stay safe, New Jump citizens.